Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 9th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2's finale, a lot of Star Wars fans, believe it or not, have been very curious and at the same exact time, very skeptical about the future of the franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Also, make sure to check me out at Mike01 on Twitter if you would like to. Now, moving ahead to the future, we obviously know that Jon and Dave are really pouring their heart and souls into this new Star Wars universe in order to really get the ball rolling again when it comes to the overall franchise. Basically, what they are doing right now is that they're taking a lot of stories from the Thrawn trilogy from the 1990s, you know, those pair of books that so many fans really enjoyed, as well as stories from Dark Empire in the comic books, and kind of transferring that over into the new Star Wars universe, into the Disney canon. So that's their end game, to really combine Legends and keeping it as accurate as possible. There's going to be some minor differences here and there, combining it with the new. And I kind of really embrace that. I like that Jon and Dave are really kind of rooting for that. So here we are, you know, it's basically the middle of 2021. Time is just flying. I mean, we're going, you know, pretty much closer and closer to the Book of Boba Fett, which is going to release this December 21st to be exact, I believe. And then after that, we have a lot of other TV shows to look forward to, like Star Wars Ahsoka, Kenobi. Some of you guys may be very well excited about Star Wars Andor. I personally, so far, am not all that thrilled about that show, but again, we have to wait to see actual footage to really get ramped up for that. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing all has to do with creator Jon Favreau and what he had to say about a particular Star Wars TV series, and exactly how it involves him as a director/writer. Specifically, given that both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are now focused on their new Star Wars shows like Star Wars Ahsoka and Mando Season 3 and 4, Jon Favreau is doing everything in his power to bring back Star Wars Legends in the mix. However, in a recent interview with Favreau about the future of Star Wars where he was questioned about the Ahsoka series, Favreau was also questioned about other Star Wars projects that he was involved with, to where he was able to confirm that Lucasfilm was initially working on a High Republic TV series that now became Star Wars The Acolyte. Jon Favreau makes it clear that in the beginning he was attached to this project to some extent on a creative scale, to keep some of the Star Wars lore intact. However, Favreau goes on to explain that the show wasn't just for me creatively, and that I believe that Leslye Headland can handle this on her own. It just wasn't the story for me, as I am more in love with the post-Return of the Jedi era, and how me and my partner Dave Filoni can take great pieces from Star Wars Legends and bring it into the new. Favreau goes on to explain that he also left the Acolyte TV series in the beginning as a director. Favreau made it clear that he was initially given the role as a director for 2 episodes, and that he decided to leave the project because he wanted to dedicate all of his time and effort with the stories of Luke, Ahsoka, Din Djarin, and Boba Fett. Favreau further reveals that this is in no way me trying to decrease the value of another person's work. I just did not have my heart in that show and in that creative process, and needed to actually part ways to focus more on what I truly feel was right for the Star Wars fans and the entire community itself. Now, what's even all the more important about this is that Favreau, believe it or not, is working on over 5 projects right now. He's working on, just for an example, Mando Season 3 and 4, the Ahsoka series, he's partly involved with the Kenobi show, and he's also involved with a new animated project that's currently in the works as well. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what he's really involved with. And it just makes you wonder exactly, is this man getting a lot of overload when it comes to work? It seems like that, you know, you would think at least that maybe this could kind of, you know, interfere with his vision of some of the projects because he's so overwhelmed. I don't believe so, because they're taking their time. Thankfully, Jon has Dave Filoni by his side, you know, helping him out with some of the projects. You know, I think that Dave Filoni is going to do a fantastic job with directing some of the other episodes of Mandalorian. But when we go ahead and dive deeper, we obviously know that Kathleen Kennedy has issues with Jon Favreau. This is pretty much a big deal because obviously She never really believed in Favreau's work for The Mandalorian Season 2. It's one of the main reasons as to why Kathleen Kennedy tried to not allow Luke Skywalker to become one of the big character reveals at the end of that show. She actually tried to prevent that from happening. And I believe that obviously this is, of course, just the beginning. We're going to see more and more about Jon Favreau, revealing more about what he was offered, what he was connected to in the beginning of, his involvement with Star Wars. Mind you, he did use a lot of his contacts when he was working on the Lion King movie. That's how he got his way into Star Wars. He also wanted to fix what was done, the damage that was done by The Last Jedi's director Rian Johnson. I will agree that I don't believe that you're ever really going to reverse that damage fully, but you can create remedies, right? We're seeing these slow remedies coming into place, such as, him introducing a young Luke in CGI form in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. That was fantastic. It also gave fans the opportunity to look forward to the new. Again, basically what Jon Favreau did was what J.J. Abrams did with The Force Awakens ending, showing us Luke Skywalker and making you wonder exactly what's to come next. Except Jon Favreau is doing this in reverse. He's doing this in a more positive light. What happened with the sequels happened for the worst. We were all looking forward to what they were going to do with Luke, and it ended up being completely terrible. So now they're doing something fantastic, because they are taking all the Luke Skywalker stories from Legends and throwing that into, of course, the new Mandalorian universe, if you will, that's going to branch off to other TV shows out there. So, meanwhile, I don't necessarily believe that Jon Favreau is trying to, kind of throw shade at Leslye Headland intentionally. It seems like he's a very respectful person, but it just comes off like that, yes, he's trying to kind of part his way from being involved with the Leslye Headland Star Wars TV series in any way, shape, or form. This way people don't get the wrong idea. So, given that Favreau, he is going to have appearances as Happy Hogan in Spider-Man No Way Home, that's also a big deal. He's also an actor, so he's got a lot on his plate. It makes you wonder, how in the world does he make time for all of this? Well, it's because he dedicates his life to the Star Wars franchise, and I think that a lot of fans really gotta respect that. I mean, you can only imagine, the amount of work, the workload that he is actually given. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this entire situation below in the comments, how he was once involved with the Acolyte TV series and how he was able to confirm that he actually left that show, quit that show, if you will, and embraced the post-return of the Jedi era. So yeah, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.